Hello there, friends. I'm so glad you've joined me today. If you're watching this, you might be in your 60s, 70s, 80s, or perhaps even a bit beyond, and you've noticed something important. Life after 60 brings both freedom and new challenges. Maybe you've recently retired, lost a loved one, or find that your grown children have lives of their own. Whatever your journey, it's normal to feel a mixture of excitement and uncertainty. In my own 70th year, I discovered that family love is precious, but sometimes our kids and grandkids have busy lives that pull them in different directions. That realization led me to seek out other pillars of support that can nurture our hearts, minds, and bodies in ways just as strong, sometimes even stronger than family alone. Over the years, these pillars became my anchors, guiding me through loneliness, health scares, and moments of self-doubt. Today, I want to share 6 essential pillars of support after 60, plus 2 extra elements that tie everything together. Think of this as your own roadmap to a fulfilling, connected, and resilient life. We'll explore practical steps you can take, no matter your physical abilities or technological comfort level, to build a network of support that empowers you to thrive. Along the way, I'll share real stories from friends and psychological insights about why these pillars matter for our well-being. And remember, it's never too late to start small. Even a single phone call or button click can spark a positive change. So let's dive in. As we age, our circle of friends often becomes smaller. Neighbors move away, colleagues retire or relocate, and longtime school friends drift apart. Yet forging new friendships with peers can replace that daily camaraderie we once took for granted. Peer friendships are built on shared experiences, retirement milestones, health changes, family dynamics, and they offer a unique kind of understanding and empathy that even family may not fully provide. When you share a cup of tea or coffee with someone who is also navigating post-retirement life, there is an unspoken bond. You both remember the excitement of your first day on the job, the challenges of raising children, and perhaps the loss of loved ones. This shared perspective creates a space where you can be vulnerable, laugh at familiar jokes, and share advice without needing to explain too much. In essence, these friends become a chosen family, people who understand your journey because they are on a similar path. Psychological research has found that older adults with at least 2 or 3 close friends often report higher levels of happiness and lower stress. When we interact with peers who have lived through similar joys and sorrows, our brains release oxytocin, the so-called bonding hormone. This chemical helps us feel connected and supported, reducing feelings of loneliness or isolation. Moreover, peer friendships can enhance our self-esteem because we gain affirmation from those who truly understand our life experiences. Consider the example of Marie, a 72-year-old retired nurse who moved closer to her grandchildren. Although she was excited about being near family, she missed the social interaction of her former workplace. One day, Marie decided to attend a local pottery class at the community center. During her first session, she met Linda, a retired teacher in her late 70s. Both Marie and Linda discovered they shared a love of vintage novels and gardening. After class, they decided to meet for lunch. Soon, other classmates joined them. Robert, a former accountant, and Sarah, a retired administrative assistant. What began as a simple pottery hobby evolved into a weekly gathering. They took turns hosting tea afternoons, shared gardening tips, and organized outings to local art exhibits. Over time, Marie's sense of loneliness subsided, replaced by the warmth of genuine companionship. She found herself looking forward to each new Tuesday, where she could share stories, laughter, and support with friends who truly cared. Finding these friendships does not require elaborate plans or large events. You can start by showing up regularly at places where older adults gather. A gentle yoga class at the senior center, a weekly book club at the library, a local walking group in the park, or a volunteer opportunity at a food bank. Once there, initiate simple conversations, introduce yourself, ask about someone's favorite book or hobby, and express genuine interest. Though it may feel awkward at first, consistent attendance and openness create opportunities for connection. Remember that deep friendships often develop slowly, with trust and understanding growing over months. Be patient with yourself and with others. If you feel nervous about putting yourself out there, remind yourself that many peers are also seeking friendships. A warm smile, a friendly greeting, or a shared laugh can open doors. Start small. Invite someone you chat with to join you for coffee after class, or exchange phone numbers to compare notes on gardening tips or recipe ideas. These small steps lay the foundation for deeper connections. Over time, you might find yourself surrounded by a chosen family of friends who bring joy, understanding, and support to your life. Proof that peer friendships can be just as strong, and sometimes even stronger, than family bonds. Joining local community organizations can provide a profound sense of belonging and purpose after age 60. While family relationships remain important, having a broader network of connections offers opportunities to share skills, learn new things, and contribute meaningfully to causes you care about. Community organizations encompass a variety of groups: senior centers, churches or faith groups, civic clubs, hobby circles, and volunteer agencies. Each of these venues brings together people from diverse backgrounds with a shared goal of improving the neighborhood or supporting one another. When you become part of a community group, you tap into a support system that goes beyond the home, giving you added motivation to stay active and engaged. Psychological research has shown that participating in purposeful group activities lowers stress and enhances life satisfaction. When you feel that your contributions matter, whether you're tutoring a child, volunteering at a food bank, or helping to paint a community mural, your brain releases endorphins, natural chemicals that improve mood and reduce feelings of isolation. Moreover, being surrounded by peers who share similar values can strengthen your identity and self-esteem, especially when transitions like retirement or loss of loved ones might otherwise leave you feeling adrift. Consider the example of Victor, a retired engineer in his late 60s, who joined a neighborhood chapter of Habitat for Humanity. Although he had never done construction work, he brought problem-solving skills that proved invaluable. On weekends, Victor arrived early at build sites, collaborating with younger volunteers and families who would eventually live in the new homes. Over time, he discovered that sharing lunch and swapping stories with people half his age enriched his perspective. He formed friendships with fellow volunteers, some in their 70s, some in their 20s, who gathered weekly at the local diner afterward. Through these shared experiences, Victor found renewed energy. The pride of seeing completed homes and families moving in gave him a tangible sense of accomplishment. His involvement also led to invitations to speak at local schools about engineering basics, further deepening his community ties. Getting started does not require special qualifications. Begin by exploring local bulletin boards at the library, checking community center newsletters, or asking neighbors about groups they attend. You might find a civic club raising funds for park improvements, a faith-based group organizing monthly meal deliveries, or a hobbyist circle teaching crafts. If mobility is a concern, many organizations welcome lighter roles, managing phone trees, preparing simple mailings, or hosting workshops from home. The important thing is consistent participation. By showing up regularly, you become a familiar face and build trust. Over time, you'll notice that these connections provide emotional support. People notice when you're absent, share updates on each other's health, and celebrate small victories like recovering from a minor surgery. To encourage yourself, set a realistic goal. Attend one event or meeting per week. Bring a friend or neighbor if that helps ease initial nerves. And remember that most participants are also looking to expand their social circle. When an organization hosts an open house or orientation, mark your calendar and prepare a simple introduction. Hello, I'm your name, and I'm interested in learning more about volunteering here. Asking questions about how you can help shows enthusiasm and often leads to invitations for short-term projects. By slowly integrating into one or two groups, you'll build routines that support both your mental and emotional well-being. Before long, you'll notice the difference. Each handshake, each project completed, each conversation over coffee will reinforce your value and remind you that purpose and friendship can be found well beyond the walls of your home. Health and wellness programs, caring for your body together. Engaging in group health and wellness programs can transform how we care for our bodies after 60. rather than exercising alone in silence or feeling unsure about which routines suit our changing needs. Joining community-based classes offers both physical benefits and social connection. These programs include activities such as water aerobics, Tai Chi, chair yoga, gentle stretching groups, and low-impact aerobics tailored for older adults. Beyond exercise, many centers provide nutrition workshops, cooking demonstrations for heart-healthy meals, and seminars on fall prevention. Participating in these activities creates a supportive environment where encouragement arises from shared effort and mutual accountability. Psychological studies reveal that group exercise not only improves physical health, but also enhances adherence to fitness routines. Knowing fellow participants expect your presence can motivate you to show up, even on days you feel less energetic. Beyond adherence, exercising with peers triggers the release of oxytocin, the bonding hormone, which fosters a sense of connection and reduces stress. When laughter and light conversation accompany each movement, the experience becomes more enjoyable, strengthening both mind and body. Additionally, trainers in senior-focused classes are trained to adjust routines to accommodate common issues like joint stiffness, balance concerns, or chronic conditions, ensuring safety and preventing injury. Consider the story of Irene, a 71-year-old retired librarian who struggled with mild hip pain and worry about losing mobility. Her doctor recommended gentle exercise, so Irene decided to try a nearby senior center's water aerobics class. The heated pool reduced joint strain, making movements easier and less painful. On her first day, she felt self-conscious, worrying that others might outpace her. However, the instructor paused frequently to offer modifications, using pool noodles for balance and lowering the pace when needed. Across the lane, she met Gloria, a retired nurse in her late 70s. They connected over shared concerns about arthritis and swapped tips on pain management. Soon, other classmates joined their post-class ritual of sitting poolside with water bottles, chatting about grandchildren and recipes. Over 3 months, Irene noticed decreased hip discomfort, improved flexibility, and an unexpected perk: genuine friendships. She looked forward to Monday, Wednesday, and Friday mornings, knowing she would return home both stronger physically and richer socially. To begin, identify local options. Your community center, IMCA, or senior living facility likely posts schedules for health classes designed for older adults. If transportation challenges arise, ask about ride services offered to seniors or coordinate carpools with neighbors. When evaluating classes, talk with instructors about any concerns such as blood pressure, joint issues, or past injuries, so they can suggest appropriate modifications. Often, centers offer trial sessions or discounted rates for first-time attendees, making it easier to test different activities before committing. If group classes seem intimidating, start small. Join a walking group in a nearby park or form a simple neighborhood stretch circle. Even meeting a friend twice a week for a 15-minute walk around the block counts as group activity. Consistency matters more than intensity. Aim for at least 2 to 3 sessions weekly. As you progress, you'll build confidence and stamina, noticing improvements like steadier balance, reduced joint pain, and lighter moods. Remember, the goal is not to become a champion athlete. It is to nurture your body in a community that cares. Each time you synchronize your steps with others or share a laugh over a modified yoga pose, you strengthen both your muscles and your sense of belonging. Over time, these small, regular commitments can lead to meaningful improvements in overall health, while forging friendships that encourage you to keep showing up. And every class you attend becomes a celebration of resilience, reminding you that growth and wellness continue well beyond age 60. Financial guidance: securing peace of mind. Managing money after 60 can feel overwhelming. Pensions, savings, rising healthcare costs, and potential scams all contribute to stress. Finding reliable financial guidance becomes crucial for peace of mind. This pillar involves seeking advice from certified professionals, attending peer-led support groups, or connecting with community resources. By taking proactive steps such as creating a realistic budget, exploring low-risk investment options, and understanding Social Security benefits, you can feel more secure and free to enjoy each day without constant worry. Psychologically, financial insecurity often leads to anxiety, depression, and impaired sleep. When older adults have clear information and trustworthy advisors, stress levels drop significantly. Studies show that when individuals believe their financial affairs are in order, they report higher life satisfaction and lower cortisol levels, the hormone linked to stress. Having someone knowledgeable explain complex topics like Medicare supplements, long-term care insurance, or estate planning helps to reduce uncertainty. In addition, sharing experiences in a peer group can normalize concerns. Hearing, "I felt the same way before I spoke with an advisor," reminds you that you are not alone in facing these challenges. Consider the story of Ahmed, a 75-year-old retiree living on a fixed pension. Ahmed worried that inflation would erode his savings and that he might outlive his resources. After discussing these fears with his daughter, he attended a senior financial wellness workshop at the local community center. The presenter, a volunteer-certified financial planner, explained how modest shifts from cash-heavy accounts into low-risk bonds could protect income from inflation. Hearing a clear strategy eased Ahmed's mind. Another attendee, Lena, shared how she found a pro bono elder law attorney to help draft a simple will and power of attorney. Inspired, Ahmed arranged a free consultation. Now he feels confident his documents reflect his wishes, and he reviews his budget monthly, ensuring he can cover medical costs, support grandchildren's school supplies, and even plan a small trip. This clarity boosted his mood. Ahmed now sleeps better and feels more present in his daily life, because financial worries no longer loom as large. To begin, look for local resources. Community centers, area agencies on aging, or nonprofits often host free or low-cost seminars on retirement income planning, scam prevention, and tax implications for seniors. Checking the community bulletin board at the library or visiting the City Hall website can reveal upcoming workshops. If you prefer personalized advice, seek a certified financial planner who offers a free initial consultation. Ask questions such as, "How can I adjust my portfolio for inflation?" Or, "What are my options for covering long-term care expenses?" It may feel intimidating to discuss money, but professionals are accustomed to guiding older adults through these decisions with patience and respect. Peer support groups also offer value. You might find a weekly meeting where seniors share tips, such as how to compare prescription drug plans or negotiate lower power bills. Talking openly about financial concerns with peers reinforces that many face similar issues. You learn not only from experts but from lived experiences, such as knowing which local pharmacy offers the best senior discounts. If transportation is a barrier, ask about virtual options. Many organizations stream seminars online or record sessions for later viewing. Remember that small steps create momentum. Start by reviewing last month's expenses. Track how much you spent on utilities, groceries, and medications. Then set a simple goal. I will reduce discretionary spending by 5% this month. Next, schedule a 1-hour appointment with a trusted advisor or plan to attend a seminar. These actions build confidence. With each piece of clarity, budgeting, legal documents, investment advice, you strengthen this pillar of support. Through informed decisions and community resources, financial guidance becomes a source of stability, allowing you to focus on enjoying life without the weight of constant monetary uncertainty. Mental and emotional health, nurturing your inner world. Acknowledging and caring for our mental and emotional well-being is essential after 60. Life transitions such as retirement, loss of friends or family, changes in health, and shifts in daily routines can lead to feelings of sadness, anxiety, or loneliness. Rather than trying to cope alone seeking support, through professional counseling, peer-led support groups, or mindfulness practices, can foster resilience and improve overall quality of life. Research indicates that older adults who engage in ongoing mental health care experience reduced levels of depression and anxiety, and often report greater life satisfaction. When we open up about our feelings, whether in therapy or a peer circle, our brains produce endorphins and oxytocin, chemicals that help regulate stress and improve mood. Having a space to share concerns, knowingly or through guided reflection, can validate our experiences and remind us that we are not alone in facing the challenges of aging. Consider the story of Susan, a 69-year-old former librarian. After the death of her best friend, Susan found herself feeling adrift. Daily activities that once brought joy now felt hollow. She hesitated to reach out, believing that grief was a private matter and that she should handle it on her own. Eventually, her daughter encouraged her to try a local grief support group at the community hospice. At first, Susan felt uneasy sharing intimate thoughts with strangers. Yet after the second meeting, she discovered relief in simply listening to others who had lost spouses, siblings, or close friends. Hearing them describe similar waves of sorrow normalized her own experience. By the fifth week, Susan began journaling each evening, writing down tender memories, daily observations, and moments of gratitude. This simple practice, combined with monthly sessions with a volunteer counselor, gradually eased her sense of isolation. She learned practical coping strategies, like deep breathing exercises before bedtime and short, mindful walks in her garden, and found comfort in knowing that others had navigated similar paths to healing. Over time, her mood lifted. She resumed volunteering at the library, feeling renewed purpose and connection. If formal counseling feels intimidating or inaccessible, peer support groups can be a gentle starting point. Many faith-based organizations, community centers, or nonprofits host free or low-cost gatherings focused on topics such as bereavement, caregiver stress, or managing chronic illness. These groups create a safe environment for sharing personal stories, exchanging advice, and offering encouragement. Participants often form informal friendships that extend beyond meetings, checking in with one another by phone or during social gatherings. Knowing someone truly listens can ease the heart's burden and inspire hope. Mindfulness practices, such as meditation, guided imagery, or gentle yoga, offer additional tools to calm a restless mind. Apps designed for older adults can guide short, 5-minute breathing exercises or simple body scans. Even setting aside a few minutes each morning to focus on the breath can improve emotional regulation throughout the day. Some community centers offer beginner-friendly classes in Tai Chi or seated meditation, where experienced instructors adapt movements for different mobility levels. To begin nurturing your inner world, consider these practical steps. First, acknowledge any feelings of sadness, anxiety, or loneliness as valid. Second, research nearby counseling centers or support groups. Call to ask about sliding scale fees or transportation assistance if needed. Third, set aside time each day for a brief mindfulness exercise, perhaps 5 deep breaths before breakfast, or a 2-minute body scan before bed. Fourth, if you feel comfortable, share your intention with a trusted friend or family member who can offer encouragement. With consistent effort and an open heart, you can build a network of mental and emotional support. By sharing stories, learning healthy coping strategies, and practicing simple mindfulness techniques, you cultivate resilience and a sense of peace. Ultimately, nurturing your inner world helps you navigate the transitions of later life with grace, reminding you that emotional well-being is an essential pillar of vibrant aging. Technology and digital tools, bridging distances. In today's world, technology can be a lifeline for seniors seeking connection and convenience. As we navigate life after 60, learning to use digital tools can help us stay in touch with loved ones, access essential services, and even discover new interests. Although screens and gadgets may seem intimidating at first, taking small steps to integrate technology into daily routines can profoundly enrich our lives. First, consider communication. Video calling platforms such as Zoom, Skype, or FaceTime allow us to see family members' faces and share moments even when miles apart. Imagine greeting a grandchild by name and watching their shy smile as they wave hello through the screen. Hearing laughter and sharing stories creates a sense of closeness that simple phone calls often cannot replicate. Psychologists note that regular face-to-face interaction, even virtual, releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone, which helps reduce stress and feelings of isolation. This biochemical benefit makes digital visits more than just convenient. They become a genuine source of emotional warmth. Telehealth services represent another major advantage. rather than arranging a ride to a doctor's office or sitting in a crowded waiting room. Virtual appointments let you consult your physician from home. Many clinics now offer secure video visits for routine checkups, prescription renewals, and discussions about test results. During winter months or times of inclement weather, avoiding travel reduces the risk of falls, while still ensuring continuity of care. Plus, having a family member join the call from a different location can help clarify instructions and make sure everyone stays on the same page regarding health decisions. Staying informed and entertained is also possible through the internet. Online forums and social media groups connect seniors who share hobbies, health conditions, or creative passions. For instance, joining a gardening forum enables you to swap planting tips, share photos of blooming roses, and troubleshoot pest problems. Being part of a supportive online community can spark new friendships and offer practical advice from peers around the world. Similarly, streaming platforms provide access to movies, documentaries, and virtual concerts, entertainment that keeps the mind engaged and offers conversation topics to discuss with grandchildren or friends. Practical tips help ease the transition into digital life. Start by asking a tech-savvy friend or family member to teach you basic functions, turning on the device, connecting to Wi-Fi, and launching a video call. Write simple, step-by-step instructions on paper and keep them next to your device until you feel comfortable. Many libraries loan out tablets or laptops and often host free digital literacy for seniors workshops. These classes guide participants through email, video calls, online safety, and basic browsing. As confidence grows, explore apps that support daily tasks, medication reminder apps, step counters, and weather widgets. Some wearable devices even include fall detection features that can alert a designated contact in case of an emergency. Consider the example of Dorothy, an 81-year-old retired school cafeteria manager. Initially, she resisted technology, convinced it was too complicated. After her daughter gifted her a basic tablet, Dorothy attended a seniors and technology session at the public library. Over a few weeks, she learned to send emails, video call her granddaughter, and join a local book club forum. One afternoon, Dorothy used the tablet to attend a telehealth appointment about her arthritis, and she appreciated not having to rely on others for a ride. She also discovered an online knitting group where participants share patterns and tips. Now, Dorothy schedules virtual meetups for bingo night with friends who live across town. These small, consistent efforts have kept her mind active, reduced feelings of loneliness, and allowed her to participate in family events even when travel is difficult. Finally, practice patience and kindness toward yourself. Learning technology is a new skill, and it takes time. Celebrate each milestone, sending your first email, joining a video call, or browsing a website. As you become more comfortable, you'll see how technology bridges distances, opens doors to new experiences, and fosters a greater sense of independence. By embracing digital tools at your own pace, you create fresh opportunities for connection, learning, and peace of mind, proof that in our 60s and beyond, there is always room for growth. Lifelong learning, keeping your mind sharp. Embracing new hobbies, classes, and creative pursuits can make a significant difference after 60. Rather than viewing retirement as a period of winding down, consider it an invitation to explore fresh interests and expand your horizons. Lifelong learning helps maintain cognitive function, provides a sense of purpose, and often leads to unexpected social connections. By seeking out educational opportunities, both in person and online, you continue growing intellectually, building confidence, and enriching your daily life. Research in cognitive psychology shows that learning new and challenging skills promotes neuroplasticity, which is the brain's ability to form and strengthen neural connections over time. Engaging in activities such as language courses, art workshops, music lessons, or even basic computer classes encourages mental flexibility. This mental flexibility can delay cognitive decline and reduce the risk of conditions like dementia. Additionally, achieving small milestones, such as mastering a new chord on the guitar or remembering basic phrases in a foreign language, releases dopamine, a neurotransmitter associated with pleasure and motivation. These biochemical rewards reinforce positive feelings and drive continued learning. Consider the story of Peter, a 77-year-old retiree who decided to pursue a childhood dream of learning the guitar. Despite initial doubts about his dexterity, he enrolled in a senior strings class at the community center. In the first few weeks, his fingers felt stiff, and he struggled to hold down chords. However, he committed to practicing 15 minutes each day. After 6 weeks, Peter surprised his daughter by playing the simple melody at her birthday celebration. Encouraged by this success, he next signed up for a community history lecture series about World War II. Absorbing new information and discussing it with classmates reignited his passion for learning. Peter's routine now includes daily guitar practice, attending weekly lectures, and hosting a small study group with fellow lifelong learners. Getting started does not require prior experience or large financial investment. Many community colleges and local universities offer audit programs, allowing seniors to attend lectures at reduced costs or even for free. Libraries often host workshops on digital photography, creative writing, and basic coding tailored to beginners. Furthermore, massive open online courses, MOOCs, available through platforms